we had our run. To this day, I'm always excited, always super happy for all those guys. And I never had any resentment towards oh, you didn't stay on OVO. That was never really I'm not gonna say there weren't people that didn't feel a way about it, but that was never mine.
I was feeding Kendrick all the information,
But it's so many
and the
other
Owls had to
things
do what they had to do.
Now this is a Goodfellas conversation. It's a Goodfellas episode.
I'm just saying, there's other scenarios you could speculate on.
Mold, and all of a sudden,
I just feel like saying this is between Kendrick and Drake is a little lazy. Okay.
Now he's the mole. He didn't get shot in the front. He got shot in the back. And come on.
Y'all can dive a little deeper down the rabbit hole if you want to. That's all I'm simply saying.
How's the experience working with him?
He's a genius. He probably came in the afternoon and left late at night. He did it there on the spot. He'd walk around, play the record over and over again. I played him songs. The Starboy theme, of course, which he incorporated into his...
You got to switch this on.
It's autoplay, so let him know.
Got to switch this one. We're real Sixers. We're real Sixers. They're real six-side. We don't listen to that.
Welcome back to StarHush. It looks like The Weeknd is the latest artist to put Drake on blast for being a fake friend. And trust me, the tea is scalding. Abel is finally letting the world know how Drake allegedly tried to block his career out of pure jealousy and self-interest. Fresh off the release of his brand new album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, fans are already dissecting every lyric. And one track, in particular, is raising eyebrows because it sounds like a direct shot at Drake. And let's be real, this is not the first time we've heard something like this about Drake. From industry insiders to his former friends, the pattern is clear. Drake helps people, but not out of kindness. He does it to keep control over them. The moment he feels like you're outgrowing him or shining too bright, that's when he starts moving funny. And let's talk about OVO for a second. Abel is basically saying he dodged the career-ruining trap by refusing to sign with Drake's label. If the rumors are true, The Weeknd made the right call, because look at the artists who did sign with OVO. Where are they now? So what really went down between The Weeknd and Drake? Who betrayed who? What exactly did Abel reveal on his latest album? And is this the final nail in the coffin for their so-called friendship? Grab a seat, because we're about to dive into this messy industry drama like never before.
I can hear him yelling his verse. He's just really committing it. You could tell he put his all into it. It wasn't just a random Kendrick Lamar verse. It was something.
The Weeknd just dropped his highly anticipated album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and fans are already deep in speculation mode over what sounds like a subliminal diss aimed at none other than his former friend, Drake. The track in question? I Can't Wait to Get There, a song where Abel talks about his enemies hating him simply because he refused to sell his soul. He sings, "Cause the media hate it when they can never control us, and my enemies hate it cause I own my soul." Now that line alone is already making people side-eye Drake, but it's what comes next that has fans connecting the dots. Abel goes on to say, "Dealt with scarier situations. I had nowhere to live in. High school dropout, chilling with academics." Now let's break this down, because this ain't just random lyrics. First off, the word scarier might be a direct reference to Drake's Scary Hours EP, a little play on words to remind people that The Weeknd has faced real struggles, not just industry drama. And then there's the high school dropout line, which is another possible shot at Drake, since he never graduated high school. But the biggest eyebrow raiser, that chillin' with academics part. DJ Academics has been known for being Drake's loudest defender, practically his unofficial PR team. So is Abel low-key clowning Drake for being too cozy with a blogger instead of focusing on real-life issues? That's what fans are saying. And let's be real, even if Abel didn't mean this as a direct diss, he had to know how it would come across. This isn't even the first time he's seemingly thrown shade at Drake. Back in 2024, The Weeknd was one of many artists who joined what some call the industry war on Drake, even hopping on Future and Metro Boomin's track All to Myself. The lyrics, "They could never diss my brother's baby. When they got leaks in the operation, I thank God that I never signed my life away." If that's not a shot at OVO, then what is? Fans took this as The Weeknd making it loud and clear that he dodged a career bullet by refusing to sign with Drake's label. And let's not forget, Drake still seems salty about that decision to this day. But things really escalated in May 2024 when things took a dangerous turn. a shooting went down right outside Drake's Toronto mansion, leaving one of his security guards seriously injured. Now, while nobody connected the Weeknd directly to the incident, it definitely added another layer of tension to the already messy situation.
This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team.
And as crazy as it sounds, rumors immediately started swirling that the shooting outside Drake's mansion might not have been random, but linked to the ongoing tension between Drake's OVO camp and the Weeknd's XO crew. At first, most people assumed the attack had something to do with Drake's messy feud with Kendrick Lamar, especially since it happened just days after Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, the viral diss track that had the whole internet clowning Drake. But then, things took a wild turn when fans started connecting the dots between Drake's security guard getting shot and another shooting that happened just days earlier at the home of the Weeknd's co-manager, Cash XO. So, here's what went down. On April 29th, a shooting occurred outside a luxurious mansion in Encino, California. Just like in Drake's case, a security guard was hit and had to be rushed to the hospital. But here's where things get even crazier. The mansion belonged to Amir Cash Ismailian, better known as Cash XO, the co-founder of XO Records and one of the Weeknd's closest friends. According to ABC News, after the shooting, 3 suspects fled the scene on foot, leaving behind a whole lot of unanswered questions. But when fans realized the Cash XO's security guard got hit just days before Drake's security guard was targeted, speculation went into overdrive. Could this be deeper than just rap beef? Was this bigger than just some subliminal disses? Now let's tie this back to Abel's verse on All to Myself. There's a line that really got people side-eyeing the whole situation. Abel sings, "And we never do the big talk. These shooters making TikToks got us laughing in the Lambo. I promise that I got your back." Now this could be a direct shot at Drake's OVO affiliate, Baker Not Nice, who's been known for flexing on TikTok while XO sits back and laughs. But let's be real, if the timing of these shootings wasn't enough to raise eyebrows, Abel's verse just added fuel to the fire. But here's the real question. How did Abel and Drake go from being close friends to full-blown enemies? What caused this major fallout that led to subliminal disses, secret betrayals, and now, even real-life drama? Well, it all started back in the early 2010s when The Weeknd had the chance to sign with Drake's label, OVO, but he turned it down and went with Republic Records instead. And looking at how things played out, let's be honest, that was probably the smartest move of his career. Abel has been flourishing with Republic, dropping hit after hit, selling out stadiums worldwide, and even building his own XO empire. But apparently, Drake has never been able to let that go, because deep down, he feels like Abel owes him for putting him in the spotlight. It all traces back to October 2010, when Drake gave The Weeknd a major cosign by featuring him on his October's very own blog, sharing lyrics from Abel's breakout song, Wicked Games. That one moment changed everything for Abel, and shortly after, the two teamed up for the legendary track, The Zone, which instantly became a fan favorite. Their chemistry was unmatched, and Abel quickly became a huge part of Drake's Take Care album. At the time, Drake was singing his praises, even telling MTV News, "He's like a writer-collaborator on 4 songs on my album," which I'm very proud of. I usually don't branch out writing-wise, working with other people. I usually like to write all my own stuff, but we get it. We try to tap into the same emotions because we're from the same city. By the time Take Care dropped in November 2011, The Weeknd had already skyrocketed to success. That same year, he co-founded XO Records and dropped 3 groundbreaking mixtapes, House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence, which completely changed the landscape of R&B music. His dark, moody alternative sound was something the industry had never seen before, and it had everyone, including Drake, watching closely. And let's be real, Drake was seeing more than just talent. He saw dollar signs and maybe even a potential ghostwriter. He had one goal in mind, to lock The Weeknd into OVO sound and make him part of his brand. In fact, in May 2012, Drake even told MTV that a deal was already in the works. He confidently said, "As far as on paper, it's all being worked out. But that's not really what counts anyway. What counts to me is the fact that the affiliation is so known, and that's all I really care about." Drake made it clear he wanted to stay involved in Abel's career, keep collaborating, and continue making hits together. He even said, "You take songs like Crew Love and The Zone, that's what people wait all night to hear." But here's where the plot twist comes in. Abel had other plans. In September 2012, instead of signing with OVO, The Weeknd went his own way and inked a deal with Republic Records, securing his own XO imprint in the process. That move instantly changed the dynamic, and Drake was not happy about it. And Drake being Drake, he just couldn't let it go. Shortly after Abel announced his Republic deal, Drake took to social media with a cryptic message that had fans raising eyebrows. He posted, "You won't get away with just a thank you. You owe me a favor." That right there was the first real sign of tension between them. But at the time, it seemed like they had patched things up. By the summer of 2013, Abel and Drake were back in the studio, and Drake even hopped on The Weeknd's track Live 4. And to make it even bigger, he brought Abel along for the European leg of his Would You Like a tour. It looked like they had moved past the drama, but little did we know, things were far from over. But by October 2015, The Weeknd finally decided to spill the tea on just how much he really contributed to Drake's Take Care album. With ongoing rumors about Drake possibly relying on ghostwriters, Abel took the opportunity to set the record straight. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he admitted that he had actually handed over a huge chunk of his own work to help Drake finish his album. Now, he wasn't throwing direct shade, but he definitely made it clear that he had to make sacrifices. Abel revealed, "I gave up almost half of my album. It's hard," he said. "I will always be thankful. If it wasn't for the light he shined on me, who knows where I'd be? And everything happens for a reason. You never know what I would say if this success wasn't in front of me now." This statement confirmed what fans had long suspected, that Drake didn't just co-sign The Weeknd, he benefited heavily from his talent. By February 2017, after more than a year of keeping the distance, it looked like Drake and The Weeknd finally squashed their beef, at least for the moment. Fans were shocked when Drake pulled off a surprise nobody saw coming during his Boy Meets World tour in Germany. Right in the middle of his set, he brought out Abel to perform The Hills, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Then, just a few months later in May 2017, the two linked up again, this time on The Weeknd's Starboy, Legend of the Fall tour in Toronto. And to make the moment even bigger, they hit fans with a rare performance of their classic collab Crew Love, a song they hadn't performed together in years. But the surprises didn't stop there. By August 2017, Drake was returning the favor, bringing Abel out at OVO Fest in Toronto. And just when fans thought the night couldn't get any crazier, Drake took the mic and dropped a major bombshell, hinting at a potential collaborative project with The Weeknd. At that moment, it really seemed like these two had finally put their differences aside and were ready to take over the industry together. But as we all know, things in the music world aren't always what they seem.
I want you to understand what this is. First of all, I don't want to do this to you on stage, but I feel like that OVO XO project has to happen at some point. I just want to say that.
But it didn't take long for Drake's old bitterness to resurface. And let's be real, it seemed like the more The Weeknd's star kept rising, the more Drake was getting salty. And in true Drake fashion, instead of addressing things head on, he decided to play games. He pulled a classic Drake power move and went after Abel's ex, Bella Hadid. By October 2017, rumors started flying that Drake and Bella were an item after he went all out for her 21st birthday party in NYC. But that wasn't the only move he made. Drake also started downplaying Abel's contributions to Take Care. And in November 2017, when a fan on social media suggested that The Weeknd basically wrote half the album, Drake wasn't having it. He clapped back saying, "Abel co-wrote on Shot for Me in Practice. Obviously, he was featured on Crew Love and The Ride, and that's it. There's 20 songs on that album. Don't try me." Now let's be real, Abel was not feeling how Drake was trying to minimize his role in Take Care's success. And when you factor in Drake's other shady moves, like getting involved with Bella, It's not hard to see why Abel started viewing Drake as a snake, especially when Abel never really did anything to betray Drake. He simply chose not to sign with OVO because he knew he had bigger potential on his own. So fast forward to January 2019, and The Weeknd finally decided to throw some light shade at Drake on Lost in the Fire. He sang, "And I just want a baby with the right one, cause I would never be the one to hide one." Of course, fans instantly caught on. This was a direct shot at Drake for hiding his son Adonis. But Abel didn't stop there. By 2024, he took things to another level when he officially joined Kendrick and others in calling Drake out. And Drake's response? Oh, he made his feelings very clear when he hopped on XQC's live stream. The moment The Weeknd's track Starboy started playing, Drake immediately told XQC to turn it off and implied that Abel didn't even deserve to represent Toronto. At this point, the friendship was beyond repair. This was full-blown war.
You have to switch this on.
It's all play, you know, so like,
You have to switch this one. We're real Sixers. We're real Sixers. We're real six-side. We don't listen to that.
So after everything that's gone down, it's pretty safe to say that Drake and Abel will never be friends again. The tension between them has only gotten worse over the years, and if anything, Drake still seems to hold a major grudge, acting like Abel owes him something. Meanwhile, The Weeknd has made it crystal clear that he sees Drake as a fake friend, someone who's only cool with you when you're beneath him, but the second you surpass him, the jealousy kicks in. And honestly, it's hard to argue with that considering how many of Drake's former friends have accused him of the same thing. But what do you think? Do you believe Drake is still salty about Abel's massive success? Or do you think there's a chance these two will ever bury the hatchet and make amends? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the next video.